If Sonko can't understand what you are doing, and he is the governor of Nairobi, or was, you are roasted, right? However educated you are. You understand? So consider that the average people whose money is being spent, or on whose account money is being spent, are not technical people. So when you are telling them what you are going to do, if it's some pie in the sky, some kind of complete detailed thing, it won't wash. You can understand it. They don't understand it. They are not putting their money there. You understand? So this is where education becomes a burden. Okay? We want to show we are very educated and we have these technical things, these goals and objectives, but the people with the resources, or to who the people with the resources answer, don't understand that. And we must be able to refine or bring the technical jargon to a level where those people understand. Okay, I'm talking too much. Can you guys ladies open up and let me hear from you? Let's see what up to there. How far we are. We have reached the relationship. We have almost covered this thing. I'd like to hear. What do you think? You can unmute.
Yeah, thank you, Daktari. Yeah. Now, I'm looking at this place, the place for trust.
Yes.
Before I talk about my competencies, testimonials, and give my objectives, there must be trust.
Yes.
What would make there be no trust, yet it is the first step? What would I have done?
Just not being known.
Yes? Let me just connect my power.
Okay. Lydia, what do you think as we wait for Pastor Jen?
My power was going off.
Okay. Yes.
Thank you.
You asked the question.
Yes.
It is the first, right?
Yeah.
Let's just keep talking. I assume that we are in your office and we're just talking about this. Just think how we developed the trust between me and you. You understand? Can you imagine on the first day when I saw your name on Facebook, if I told you that let's talk about funding, what do you think? What would you have done?
I would have thought you are a con man.
Yeah, exactly. And that is the biggest problem people have, because it's more like it's more like it's more like dating, right? You see a girl or a young man, a man when you are growing up, and you think he's a good guy, you can make build a relationship, and you walk up to him on Koinanga Street and say, I think you are the right guy. Jesus has sent me to you. I mean, do you see where we normally go wrong, Pastor? It is the first time we meet, we are talking about money. We are talking about, and you already said, the first day I saw you on Facebook about a year ago, if I would have talked to you on the side and say, I am Dr. Amakobe, and I normally do seminars, can we organize for me to do? You looking at me thinking, this guy, I need to stay as far away from him as possible.
True.
Yeah, true, right? So it's the same thing when you are dealing with grant makers, because you know what you want to do. You read up or you get a list of grant makers. When you get a list of grant makers, if you write them and say, I want money, the first thing they are going to do is put in file 13. Because you know what? If they say no, nothing can go wrong to them. You understand? If you understand, if I get an email or a letter and say no or just throw it away, nothing can go wrong, because nobody will fault me for never responding to you. Okay? If I respond to you and you turn out to be a con person, then I have a problem. So I always have to pick from the people I know, from the people referred to me by the people I know. So yes, trust is the hardest, is the one that we normally don't want to. In fact, back in Kenya, people say that is nepotism, that is favoritism, right? But in the United States, people ask you, who sent you? When you are applying for a job, people ask you, who sent you? If the person who sent you is good, you get the job. If the person who sent you was fired from that place, you don't get the job. do you understand? Yes.
Yes. And just before Daktari, earlier on you had talked about you a person that is it possible to be trustworthy and not competent?
Yes, you can be trusted. Okay, let me say, your daughter is trusted but not competent. So when she starts what she does, you are working alongside her until she becomes competent. You understand? So you trust her.
Yes.
You trust that she can do this. But you know that she doesn't know how to deal with people. You need to stand behind her and encourage her. Yes, you can be trusted and incompetent, but you can be trained. you understand?
Competent.
Yeah, you can be trained into competency.
Yeah.
Yes. So, and trusted and incompetent is good. It's trainable. Untrusted and competent, I'll run away because I know how to figure the numbers. Okay, I know where to hide the numbers. And if you are trusting me to fix your computer, but I'm not trusted, you understand? But I know how to fix the computer. What will make me not put a virus there? Hide it. You understand? So trust is more important. Before I get into your building, you not trust me that I will do the right thing. Okay? But about competency, okay, you can do competency that side, you can do referral, but I think you can learn too. You understand? You can learn. Okay, next, I want to hear from you, ladies. All right.
Can I say something?
Yes, please.
Thank you, Dr. Lee, for the teaching. It's really enhancing. There is you mentioned that the grant makers or the grantors give the grant to someone to solve their problems.
Yes.
Now they lend money; they don't give away money. I caught that very, very, very clearly. Now, when one is writing a proposal and you are seeking for funding from a grantor, or grantor is giving you money, and you are going to solve their problem.
Yes.
And I am in a country different from the grantor's country, with a geography that he may not understand, the cost of living he may not understand. How do I estimate, or how do I present my remuneration within the grant to enable me enough support to be able to carry out the grantor's problem? Now, number two, the other area you have is about, you just talked about the meeting the first time, and then the way you present yourself to the grantor, which can be either negative or positive. Could you kindly elaborate some of the positive entry behavior that can make someone to win the heart of a grantor, and maybe some very clear negative behavior that can put off a grantor from giving support? Thank you.
Good. I will deal with the fact that the grant maker may be in a different country.
Yes.
Grant maker may be in a different country, but they are playing in this they are playing in the industry, right? So they actually understand the industry. They understand the region. They have been there or they have done their studies. Grant making is like any other business. You just don't get $1 million from somewhere and say I'm going to give grants in Timbuktu. You must have a relationship. You understand? You must have conduct there, which made you want to do that thing. That's why you need to research the grant maker. You need to know what drives them. You understand? You need to understand why they decided to come to your country. You understand? So before you make a grant application, understand the grant maker, why they are there, why they are making grants in the country. Okay? And how would you decide your recommendations and stuff like that? You are the ones who are coming to the grant maker saying, I know you play in this area, I play in this area too, and this is what I'm going to do. Nobody makes you write anything in that proposal. You write it. And you saw what we said, SMART objectives. SMART objectives, let's go back there. SMART objectives, here. Specific, measurable. It is you giving the measure. It is you knowing it's achievable. It's you knowing it's realistic. It is you telling us, telling the grant maker. Okay? But because they are playing that field, you should have read some of the projects they have funded. Most of the time, let me tell you the truth. If the grant makers people are not helping you fill this thing out, you already lost it. You understand? You already lost the grant. And it's unfortunate, but that's true. The point is, let's go back to business. If you want a business loan, most of the agreements are done before you fill the application. Anybody who has got a business loan knows you don't fill a business loan application and get a loan. You talk about the business loan, and in fact, everything is approved and agreed before they tell you, na hilo form will sign kweli. You understand? Because they are helping you, because they believe in your story, they believe in what you're going to do, they believe in you, and they accept that they are going to do it. And then they start telling, hapa hujasign, hii hujaandika vizuri. Most of the people think that that's wrong, but that's actually true. Just think, if you are telling me to take money from your bank account and go and buy fish and go and buy unga to come and make ugali for your children, and you're the one who's going to tell me, unajua hapo kwa hiyo soko huyo mama anauzanga samaki mbaya. You understand? If you do that yourself, why do you think that the grant maker shouldn't do that for you? You understand? That's why the first time of getting in touch with the grant maker is very important, because they come. You are not supposed to sit in an office, a dark room, and write this report, write this proposal, and send it by speed mail. You understand? You are supposed. I'll go to grants.gov. You will see that every request for proposal, there is always a contact saying, if you have anything that you want to please contact us. And that is the place where everybody jump. They don't even see that email. They don't see that phone number. But they always give somebody who you... True, right? We don't look at that phone number. We don't look at it, and we wonder why nobody ever got in touch with us, right? Because they told us, hey, they were putting in this proposal, but you may not understand what we are saying, because the words I use I choose to use, and what they mean may not be the same as you think, right? So to solve your problem, we have Elizabeth here for you to get in touch with, or we have Jane here, and you never called Jane. You never talk to her. You just you jump that part and then send it. you understand? So the point of being in another country is because they have already given you the information, but you have ignored it. What I'm saying, I think there is a cultural thing of fairness that has been ingrained in us. That if we do this, we are jumping the line, and we are asking for favors, which is not good. So we need to. We sort of think that life is an examination, and we shouldn't talk to the invigilator or anything. We should do this thing by ourselves. It's like, no, it's not like that. This is not an exam. All right. So yes, they may be far, but they are in the industry. They know you, but they want to know you. In fact, the more they try to fill this form for you, the more they understand you. They want to work with you to see how you think, to see how you act, so that they know that when you have the resources, this is how you're going to work. They can independently give you. So yes, that's true. First, the money and the renovations and the granting, you are the one who are saying, and you are the one who is giving the measurable. So yes. Next question.
In fact, Daktari.
Yes.
Now I'm connecting to one incident that happened in Women of Faith. That when you say that when you are asking for grants, don't start to rush to ask for money. Create the relationship for everyone to understand each other. And then through relationship and discussing what they are doing and the interest this organization have and join together, it will create a rapport between the two organizations. I can give an example that we have an organization called Women of Faith Foundation in UK.
Yes.
I used to peruse through just internet to read their mission, their vision, what they do. I go to their photos, I see their functions, and I saw they were having similar mission and vision, and the activities they were running, they were closely related to ours. So one day I decided to write an email and introducing the organization and a letter in form of an introduction letter and everything. And after that, I discussed to them. I told them that this organization does ABCD, and we are just interested to learn more from you on how you run your organization. It didn't take 2 days. The CEO had already answered the letter and was very happy about the letter, and he was looking now forward to working together with us. Yes. So I think I didn't know now I'm connecting with whatever you are teaching us. I'm now connecting vividly that perhaps the way I did, it should be maybe the similar way, the way you are teaching, that look at the organization, study it, understand their function, see whatever they are doing, if it is related to a vision and mission. And after that, perhaps when you write an introduction letter to them, they will write back to you and tell you, we are impressed maybe with ABCD, but if you want to access our grants, you can now go to this place, or you can apply, or you can download our forms and apply through this. Is it the similar thing or
yes,
what?
It's a similar thing, because now you have somebody there. You have somebody there. When you download the form, you go back to them and say, I downloaded the form, but they have asking these kind of things I don't understand. That person becomes your hook in the organization. You understand?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it becomes the hook in the organization. You go back to them, because these are people like you. Imagine if somebody is always writing you letters, but when you meet them in the street, they run away. I mean, it's like you need that the connection and reference so that they can explain to you and you can explain to them what you do. It's more like applying for a job and you think you just getting a job is good, but you know what? You might find the place you're applying is not suitable for you to work. It's like if you open your door and find $1 million in your door, I would recommend don't take it because you don't know why somebody put it there. They might have sold your heart. You understand? So it's like this is the truth. The fact that somebody has given as putting their money doesn't mean you should take it because both of you and them should agree on what you do, and both of you should be comfortable that this is what is supposed to be done. You're completely correct. Now,
yeah, because after that, the relationship has grown, and they now interact with us too much until they want us. You can do this. Can you be able to do such a thing? You see, now we have never met one-on-one.
You don't have
we
to.
just met on Zoom meeting, and they have trust in us. So I think we are doing well with this conversation. Thank you.
Yes, that's good, and it's good to know. I like that to be the DNA of word of faith. Is that you work with people you know. You understand? People do business with people they know. So your first, as a CEO, as members, your first thing is develop a relationship. But then now, let's just think. The only thing that God gave us first, at the beginning, what is it? What is it that every one of us was given at birth? What is it? Every one of us was given something at birth. What is it?
Birthmark.
Your umbilical cord. Your umbilical cord connected to your mom. You are given relationship. And they never gave you land. God never gave you land, never gave you money, never gave you a bicycle, never gave you nothing. Gave you your mother. Gave you the relationship. And then when we were born, we start saying, I am going on my own. You understand? You can't go on your own. If God thought that we can be on our own, He could have made us on our own, right? So the same thing. And this comes to our culture. That's why I'm having this thing here. Africans have a way of saying, when I succeed, my brother succeeds. When my brother succeeds, I succeed. But somehow, along the line, we are taught that that is tribalism, that is nepotism. You understand? So we try to distance ourselves from our relationships. And then in life, we start thinking we have to create others. If you were brought up to destroy relationships, you tend to trust the people you don't know and untrust the people you know. and that works out continuously. Lydia, you are laughing. You'll trust me until you know me, and then you don't like me anymore. Just like, and then you're like, it's like really, what's the problem with you? People are people. They will irritate you. The closer they are, the more faults you will notice. And relationships don't develop when people are wearing suits. If I always tell you to come to my house when I'm cleaned up, that means you are really distant from me. If I can pop up at your house anytime and we sit and the soda cans are just everywhere and I pick them and put in the trash, that relationship is good. Am I speaking the truth or not? Just let's talk about that. Let's just talk.
Yes.
Yeah.
If the people who have to come to your house when it's sparkling clean, are they your friends?
No.
Can you trust them?
No.
No, because you always want to show them at your best because you don't trust that they will say something good about you. So you want to show this front. You understand?
Eh,
Yes, the reason why the visitors cannot come, Avokwe or brothers, in-laws cannot come when you are not prepared, is because you don't trust them. You want them to know you as you think you should, right? So, so the relationship here is that we need to be able to embrace our relationships from where we start and build them outwards. Okay? Because we sort of tend to think it's money. You see, managing grants and reporting on it. But it's actually that social capital, that ability to use relationships to achieve our objectives, right? That is the important thing. The important thing is the social capital. This is the one that will make that grant officer of USID come to the office of women of faith, and then Ms. Elizabeth says, unajua sisi hatuna ofisi, mimi nafanyanga kwa basement yangu huko. She says, oh, no problem. And then you are sitting there writing in your office this grant, and then unamwambia wacha nende nipige ugali tukule. And then this thing is going on, right? But somebody else is sitting in an office somewhere writing this thing, and then you end up getting the grant, and they start wondering what happened. Because this person knows you. He knows, and you trust them. That's why you are able to allow them to come and sit on your couch and write this thing in your computer, tell you hawafanyangi hivyo. You know, that is social capital. That is something that we need to develop. What women of faith need to develop the social capital. That letter that you wrote to London, not saying, oh, we need money, not saying we have all these problems, but saying, hey, we have seen you, I have seen your pictures, I see what you do. It interests me, because that's what I'm trying to do here as well. And then the guy says, God, at least, do you know how difficult it is to get somebody who understands what you do? So imagine if somebody is sitting in London and he gets an email from Nairobi saying, I like what you do, I've seen your pictures, I've seen your functions, that is exactly what we would like. And the person is thinking, thank God there is somebody who understands this thing. You understand? That social capital is what you need to build. Okay? So the connections you make is building that money, the social capital. And that's what we need to build first before we think about cash. All right? So I'm not going through this one by one, but I let you have the presentation so you can see. And then we all know that in all organizations, there are individuals, there are groups. Even in women of faith, you may be 5, but there are 2 who talk, there are 3 who talk, there are 1 who talk. You understand? And we talk together, and then those groups come together. And then there are processes that you decide, this is how we're going to work, that create behavior in your organization. And in all these organizations, there is that. This, when you are we're talking to these people, this is what you should be looking at. I was taught, when I came to the United States, I started doing retail. And they told me, the first tuition they told me is that if a man and a woman comes to the store, don't talk to the man. If you don't talk to the man, you have lost the sale. So, and the store sells construction equipment, of construction for houses, right? And they also sell fridges and stuff like that. The decisions to buy in the United States are made by women. Okay? Mm-hmm. And they know that men try to ignore them. And they particularly know that African men have a way of thinking women shouldn't make any decisions.